Shop Talk
Number 35.
35.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Today we are having the great gentleman ginger beer, spicy ginger beer, Jamaican style ginger beer, not non-alcoholic. We do not suggest drinking and working in a shop.
Yeah. And today,
what's the topic today?
Well, I think we're going to talk about how to. How did we word this? How to take criticism? No, how to.
I don't know, but you suck at giving the
intro.
topic.
All right.
All
Welcome
right.
to Shop Talk number 35.
35.
Today we're going to talk about how to take criticism from your customers. Or constructive,
Just taking criticism.
Taking
What to do with criticism.
what to do.
How to
with that sounds like
respond
that.
with criticism.
There you
it
go.
is. Okay, how to respond to criticism.
Yes.
Okay. How do we respond to criticism? Speaking of which, where is the criticism coming from?
Well, yeah. Sometimes it's just somebody who. Well, it can come from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Online, it can be dangerous because of trolls and stuff, right?
Trolls are real?
I've never.
Are there fairies online too?
I wish.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That'd be really nice.
Wood fairies.
Yeah. An online fairy.
Yeah, like a little online forest, with wood fairies.
yeah,
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so from
Anyways.
trolls.
But also like there is a certain population that likes to give criticism, which maybe the more pessimistic people.
Okay, and are you talking like directed at you directly or sometimes indirectly?
Well, it can be indirectly, but oftentimes what I'm mainly talking about is at like guitar shows, or if you go, or if somebody plays your guitar and it doesn't matter if they're playing the world's nicest guitar, they're gonna find something to criticize it about.
Right.
Yeah, they'll find a criticism.
Right.
Right.
Because we have been rather critical just in the general sense ourselves, even on this Shop Talk.
That's true.
See our Shop Talk about the woods, the type of woods you use, and the people who believe that the only good guitars can be made with Brazilian rosewood.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty critical of those people who feel that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're thinking about that kind of stuff as well?
Yeah, I mean, or just if there's a certain aspect of your instruments that somebody doesn't quite like.
Okay.
If the sound you are striving for is not what that person likes,
Right.
then there can be criticism that happens there.
Yeah.
But it's as the maker, you need to decide what you're going to do with that criticism. You can either let it roll off your shoulder.
Oh, I thought you were going to start singing a song. Let it go.
Yeah. Or you can take it and use it as constructive criticism.
Right.
And sometimes it's hard not to let it get to you. I've had experiences where, one in particular where a guitar was custom ordered. So much custom stuff was done to it.
Right.
A lot of custom stuff I thought was a bad idea.
Yep.
But I did it anyways. And a few months later, the guy turned around and sold it. Or like traded it in for something else. So there's definitely part of me that's like, oh man, I must
failed.
Yeah, I failed.
Yeah.
And
but really interesting thing there, and there's the first thing that we have to look at. Are we being criticized for something we actually have control over?
Yeah, that's
Like, I mean, I think that has to be the first question that we have to ask ourselves. Well, maybe, is it even valid criticism? Is it worth even listening to?
Right.
Or do we just let it go?
Right.
But, yeah, after that, we need to think about, is it something we have control over? So in that case, just to take it as an example, when you're asked to do something that you don't actually have an idea of this direction, you're guessing at what they want. You have no control over that.
right. And also, if you know it's a bad idea, but they insist on it,
Yeah.
then you can't.
You have no control over that.
Yeah, it's like that's not what you wanted to
Right.
do, and you thought it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Another one that's like that is, say you choose a wood that will hold up. It's a good piece of wood. You've taken the time to look at it, and they just don't like it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you have no control over that. I cannot control whether or not you like this.
Brazilian
I can tell you right now, I don't like your sound port.
Right. Yeah.
I just
And
don't
I can
like
say
it.
I don't care because I love them.
Exactly. And so that is, I love that example. I'm glad we just jumped on that example because that's a good response to have sometimes.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You can't do anything about whether or not I like sound ports or not.
Want
Yeah,
some
another
flavor
one
in
down.
your
No,
drink? Oh,
thanks.
okay. All right. Yeah.
Stinking mosquito. You
Yeah.
can't do anything about it. Sometimes you have to say, that's a them problem.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do to help you out there.
Yeah.
And if they're looking to buy a guitar from you, you'll say, I'm not the right person for you to buy a guitar
Yeah.
from. Which is
And
okay.
you have to be good with, I think that's a step that you have to be comfortable with eventually because it's exhausting trying to please everybody. and and I know I did that for the first few years of my guitar making, and it was anytime somebody had a request for something custom, I would make it happen.
Right.
Even if it was wild.
Yeah.
I would try to make sure to make it happen.
Yeah.
Now I just say no.
So what's the difference between then and now? What happened in between to go to a place where I feel like your first response to it was your fear of criticism or your fear of letting people down
Yeah.
is pushing you. So why would you have changed?
I think confidence.
Yeah,
Confidence and also just having a reputation too helps, right?
But just confidence. I'm glad you said confidence.
Yeah.
Because I think that's probably the biggest thing.
Right.
When you know what you're doing is actually good
Yeah.
enough.
And what you want.
It's not maybe the best. I say good enough because we never reach perfection. Then
Some guitar makers do.
Yeah.
They say anyway.
criticism. But you can be confident. I've done the best I can.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe could it be better? I hope so. Otherwise, I'm done.
Also, yeah, you at the end of the day, you have to be able to say, it's a guitar that I made. It's a Trios guitar, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, that can constructive criticism, or criticism, can be constructive, I guess is what
Even
we're
when
saying,
it comes
but
from a
it's-
bad place,
Yeah.
because you
Totally.
gain the confidence to say no.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, because you now have the confidence, and then that actually gets you thinking about it. Why do I not care about that, or why do I care about that? Why is that important?
Yeah, and really, we wouldn't get better as guitar makers. Well, we would, but not as quickly if we didn't listen to those criticisms.
Yeah, we don't take some time to think
Yeah.
about. We never get better at anything.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
hearing another person's perspective
Yeah,
is really valuable,
super valuable.
especially with guitar. I mean, with guitars, for example, the Amber series, I sent the first one to Joey.
Yeah.
And loved it. But he noticed when he turned the amp loud, and I guess we didn't test it loud, that the two treble strings were louder than the other strings, which, of course, at first it was like, oh no, I did something wrong.
Which you did.
Yeah. Apparently, regular acoustic guitar strings don't work on with an electric pickup because the windings aren't magnetic.
Right.
Which makes total sense. But if I didn't listen to that, if I was just like, yeah, right,
No,
okay,
no,
whatever,
yeah, it's fine.
it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Then then there's gonna be people that notice that and don't like that.
Yeah, that's right.
And the guitars aren't as balanced because
So you're
of that
saying
when they're turned up.
So you're saying first thing is don't act defensive.
Yeah, definitely don't act. And any of the
No matter
situations.
if
I
they're
guess
right or wrong.
No, never. I don't think
Yeah.
it's ever a good stance to take.
Yeah, like I was saying, because you can just say, that's fine. I guess this is a problem I don't have any control over.
Yeah.
This is obviously an issue that you have, but I can't do anything about it because I don't agree.
Yeah.
So we're just going to have to leave it at that. You know, I don't have to convince them otherwise, although sometimes I want to.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's another place that could be we could get criticism? I guess just
Well, the thing is that every time somebody plays one of your guitars, there's always something that comes back.
yeah.
You know, something, some comment, and they may not even say it as a criticism, but there's going to be something that they're like, "Oh, I really like that. I'm usually more fond of this," or
Right.
"Yeah, but this one's pretty good," and you're going, "What? I just feel the best guitar in the world. Come on."
Yeah, right.
You know, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, have I not done enough?
Right.
And I think that it's so important that we build that confidence.
Yeah.
What can only happen, one is to build enough guitars, but one is to actually listen to other people's criticisms
Yeah.
and then start to hear things and see things that they may be seeing, and then be confident to know if that's actually an issue or if that's just their issue.
Yeah, and I think a large part of this is also knowing that there is a wide range of variability in guitar sounds that are acceptable.
Yeah.
So subjectivity plays a huge role in this whole discussion too. Right?
Yes.
Because
Oof.
yeah, it if somebody is if somebody doesn't like one aspect of your instruments, it doesn't mean it's bad.
No. In
It
fact,
means it's different than what they like.
in fact, you may have just made the perfect guitar for somebody else then,
Yeah,
because of that very thing
Yeah,
that they don't
yeah.
like.
yeah,
I was watching a show. Anyway, just they were saying that in order to stand out, you have to be kind of unique. You know, you have to
Right.
create something that some people are going to maybe even strongly dislike. And
Right,
you now
right.
created something that another group are going to really like.
right.
So, I mean, maybe it's a good thing. So that's
That
the
you're
second
getting
thing is
criticism.
to go, okay. And knowing when or not. Like, of course,
Yeah.
if you're crazy,
Well, if somebody says this neck is really uncomfortable,
yeah.
there's a good example of something
Yeah.
that I mean, probably 90% of guitar makers or guitar players will agree that, and if a neck is uncomfortable, it's big and uncomfortable.
Right.
But if it's like
But what if you
if
enjoy
it's really
playing it?
bass heavy, if it's a guitar that's really bass heavy,
Yeah.
there's about 90% of guitar players that like that.
Right. Or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people don't like bass.
Yeah. Exactly.
Crazy. Like they're rolling it off as much as they can.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you think it's 10%? Maybe it's more.
I don't know. I have no idea. I was surprised at how many people are actually trying to get bass out of their instruments. Especially
Yeah.
in the electric guitar world.
Yeah. I'm a bass guy.
I love a good bass, but I understand if you have a bass player, maybe you can
Yeah, that's
let it
true.
go.
Yeah. Let it go. There, was that a good
There
spot?
you go.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, but with that in mind, just because they all don't like it, does that mean? And you do.
Yeah, if you
Do you
like it.
Do you keep building that and find the people, like we said before, find the people who like what you're building. But
Well, I think you also need to be confident in your guitars. So if you like it, there's a better chance you'll be confident.
yeah, well, that goes back to the other one you can link somewhere. You know, build guitars that you can be proud of.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of like a criticism though where it'd be worth listening to, but it might be hard to hear. I was thinking of, like, let's say you decide to attach your neck with a bolt system, and you think, oh, I'm going to just do the single bolt system.
Yeah.
You don't do any tests on it, and people see it and they hear about it, and they say, we're just not sure.
Mm.
You know, that might be something worth listening to and doing some tests on it. In fact, I was talking to somebody, and they were saying, oh, and this person was saying, like, I think they only put like 3 screws in the neck.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of 4.
Mm.
Well, you know, maybe they did the test.
Yeah.
You know, like, but is it worth like having to listen to and like trying?
Well, yeah, because it could cause you grief later on down the road. If you make 20 guitars with 1 bolt, and then they all decide to start failing in 5 years, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's also
but
thinking ahead.
But that even then starts to think about who is the criticism coming from.
Yeah, right.
Like if you have somebody who thinks they know everything and has never built a guitar, telling you that's not going to work, it's probably not as big a worry as somebody who's built guitars going, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
You know.
I've done similar tests on kind of something
exactly.
Similar, and yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So we do have to look at who the criticism is coming from, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very true.
But do we want criticism?
To an extent, I think so. Although, like, it's.
My by that I mean, like, when you go to a guitar show, if somebody sits down and plays your guitar and they're not really pleased with it, do you really need to hear from them what they don't like about it?
Personally, at this point, I mean, it might still be helpful.
Yeah. I'm thinking no.
But
I don't want to hear it.
I mean, at this point, I am quite confident in like my guitars.
Yeah.
And also a lot of the thinking that has gone behind what I do.
Oh, I just thought of another one.
Oh, yeah. Cutaways?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not getting down cutaways.
Oh, okay.
Placement of knobs.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Holy cow. Now, the best thing about it, though, was when it was brought up. I haven't even put my knobs on my guitar yet. I haven't even finished one yet to put knobs on. When it was brought up, though, it made me realize the good part about it is that this is an issue.
Yeah.
Where you place it, you're going to have people in this camp like this, this people like this, these people like this. Some people might even talk about moving the knobs.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't, but that's good to know.
Yeah.
Right? That was good kind of criticism.
Yeah.
In that, not that I necessarily put it in the wrong place, but
also I think a lot of that is based off of like we haven't really played many guitars with knobs.
No.
So we don't have like a solid experience base to pull from.
Right.
Yeah. Otherwise, if I played with them all the time, I'd say, "Oh, I know I have this guitar, and I love the knob placement of that guitar."
Right.
So I just put them there, and that's my own preference.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
People
the cool thing is though is that because I don't have a whole like preference yet for that, is I'm free to try some things.
Yeah.
And see what I like.
Right.
On my own.
But
without
should you maybe go to a music store first and try?
Oh yeah, I have
a few guitars.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is that I just don't use the knob as much as other people who are actually really good at it.
Yeah.
Had used it, so I don't.
Yeah. Right.
I don't even know sometimes what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like I've seen people ride the knob, you know, the volume knob mostly, you know, but
we're still PG.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but like riding the volume and just turning it up and down, like doing swells and stuff.
Yeah.
I've never actually done that myself, so maybe I should try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean,
that was close.
Yeah. So yeah, like there is like moments in which I didn't necessarily put it in the wrong spot, but I hadn't really considered how
important it was.
How important it was to maybe consider where that placement was going to be. So that was a very helpful criticism to get.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. And being somebody who's willing to take criticism like I am, I was very, willing to make the changes and to work with that. That's a positive way to do it. But some others, when they get it, they first throw a temper tantrum, and then it's just harder that way.
Yeah, talk about quitting guitar making
Yeah.
altogether.
Yeah, throwing all his guitars in the...
Yeah.
But yeah.
But some of these decisions you do have to be careful because they could affect your reputation, right? Or like the popularity of your guitars, I guess. Right. Which partly equals your reputation.
Yeah. And I mean, you have to get to a place to figure out if it's important. How do I think it should be?
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to go with that.
Yeah.
Just be confident. Because we cannot please. That, I think, is a big takeaway from this. You cannot please
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said 10%. Actually, if you're pleasing 10% of the guitar players, I'd say you're doing all right. Yeah. So, taking that into consideration, I think, is also important. We don't have to make guitars for everybody.
Yeah.
Just for the people who want them.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Cool. So, did we take criticism well?
I've gotten much better at it.
Yeah. Okay.
At not letting it get me down.
Yeah. And I don't have any guitars for anybody to criticize, so.
Yeah.
It makes me happy. Yeah. I know when it happens, I am going to be super positive.
Yeah.
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 Cheers to that.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.